I think we should probably move into a combined 11 for the game, because this is going to be interesting. Should we say, again, form and fitness?
Yeah.
But let's include doubts, because there are some doubts for the game. Like, we don't know for sure that Cole Palmer's out. We are filming this ahead of the week. So Palmer's okay. So no Cole Palmer, but the likes of Madueke.
Yeah. Obviously, we're filming this before.
Couldn't get into our team. Yeah.
We are filming.
We don't know the finalised team news yet, so we'll take that into account. But starting off in goal,
David Raya.
Yeah, shout out Bob. I'll go Raya.
Shout out Bob.
Been better, but Raya's the keeper.
Raya, best keeper in the Premier League right now.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I saw the goal we could see. Honestly, I saw people blaming Raya for that. Raya is
happen a lot.
It does, but that's because of the way that we play. Like, he's stood where he's meant to be stood.
He's got keeper arms.
But he's told to stand. Like,
does Donnarumma get lobbed there and Mateta?
But does Donnarumma operate in the way that Raya does in terms of ball at his feet?
So it's clearly something in his game.
It's a pattern that we are noticing.
Now,
this is going to be the first one that I already know that you're going to be disagreeing.
Well, no, because Jurrien Timber. Because you just said that Malo Gusto is going to be at right back because Reece James. So you put him in
Reece James plays. He played right back at the weekend. He plays right back.
But you said he's going to put.
No, he plays.
It's Reece James versus Timber will do that.
But it's Jurrien Timber either way.
It's not. Like, let's not take the piss here. Like,
we're not.
Timber, great guy locking people up. Reece James, great guy locking people up while going forward. While being able to
I keep hearing that. While going forward. Same number of goal contributions this season.
Okay.
Same number of goal contributions. Jurrien Timber. But the game against Spurs, probably our biggest attacking threat was Jurrien Timber.
No, I think yesterday with the hat-trick was a bit more of a bigger threat. Forward.
But outside of...
Are we serious? No, but
Jurrien Timber.
Rory, can we...
No,
because
because Chelsea fans run this narrative of Reece James going forward.
Narrative?
That Jurrien Timber doesn't go forward. You look at the game, a great example against Spurs.
Switches to break a block. He's doing stuff consistently on a basis that Timber is not capable of. He cannot pass the ball like Reece James, cannot shoot like Reece James. A couple goals for some
corners. Jurrien Timber has more goals than...
Timber's
got more goals this season.
A couple goals for some corners. Do not do that. Let's not
but his attacking input is there. And he's a far better defender.
It's a very difficult one with Reece James. I think Reece James is a better footballer. I think that if you have them both fully fit at right back,
Jurrien Timber.
You're picking Reece
I'm not backing
But I do think that given the fact that Reece James has played a lot of football in midfield, that he's still not where he used to be physically.
He doesn't play wing back.
I'm sorry,
wing back
you've conceded.
It's so difficult because I think James is better
in the Premier League. Also, you can't just discount what Jurrien Timber does defensively and go,
discounting it, but Reece James does the same thing.
No, but he doesn't, because you've conceded 17 goals in the Premier League and Champions League this season. Arsenal have conceded 6.
If you stick Gabriel and Saliba in that Chelsea defence, that Chelsea side's top.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It is top. Yes, it is top.
No.
It's undisputedly top.
No.
It is. If you want to stick Jurrien Timber and Calafiori with Tosin and Chalobah throughout the season, you would not be top. You would not be the defensive outlet that you are.
Just a Belmar Arteta knows how to build a squad. Don't have to worry about it. If you're enjoying this video, the full episode is now available on all podcast platforms. The links are in the description. The point is...
But that's irrelevant to the point. The point is...
Jurrien Timber has been a better player this season.
We've let in goals. What? Because of Reece James? That's nonsense.
Okay.
He's also more vulnerable to a red card, I would say.
There's no compromise in that, but I find it mental that there's not like...
You two are clearly not on the side. And Joe Watt, I'm going to say, out of sympathy a little bit for potentially going forward for the rest of the team.
That's such a shambolic way of saying it.
It's not sympathy. No, it's not sympathy. Look,
so you don't want my sympathy vote? Okay, Jurrien Timber gets
Thank you very much.
You're going to get flamed with him now.
No, he's not.
You will. Yes, you will.
By Chelsea fans. He'll get flamed by Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans...
No, do you know what? I'm backing it. I do think Reece James is the better footballer, and if you're putting him forward at right back, I'll have Reece James in the team.
Oh, you just capitulated.
No, he knows the answer.
You just thought of the Chelsea fan base.
He thought about it. He went, yeah.
No, you reminded him of the Chelsea fan base and how absolutely intolerable they are online.
Sorry, we talk about an intolerable fan base and you're an Arsenal fan.
Exactly.
But I did just bottle that twice, but I've settled on Reece James.
That was on brand.
David Raya, Reece James, yeah, very on brand. Centre-backs, William Saliba versus...
Whoever is William Saliba.
Chuck them both in.
Both in, so Hincapié and Saliba go in.
Who's
Chalobah and Tosin.
I can't pretend I've
no shout for action point. Left centre half, maybe.
He has great potential, but like
but it just is obviously Mosquera and Saliba. So they both Mosquera or Hincapié.
No, Hincapié. I think Hincapié is close.
Yeah, and left back
Cucurella.
Calafiori. It's Calafiori.
It's not.
Calafiori's been the best left back in the league this season.
No,
he's been the best left back in the league this season.
He's not even better than Nico O'Reilly, for God's sake, man. Like, Calafiori gets forward brilliantly. He pops on his midfield position, very similar to Cucurella in terms of how they play, in terms of what they do. Breaking a block, they're making those runs they do.
I've got the most difficult job here. I've got to decide.
Cucurella is also a better 1v1 defender than Calafiori. He is.
No, he's not.
He is, though, isn't he?
Yes, that's true. He's a better
1v1, and he does all the jobs that Calafiori does in terms of occupying these positions.
No, going forwards, Calafiori is light years ahead of him.
Light years.
The issue we're going to have here, right, is that you're going to argue,
season, which means he's better than Calafiori. So there
you're going to argue that you've got the right back, the left back. You're going to go for Caicedo as the 6, and so you're pinning the fact that you've conceded 17 goals across the Premier League and Champions League, where we've conceded 6, and you're going to pin that on. It's just the centre back.
To be fair,
it's just the but you're arguing for so many players that you go, well, how are we a better team when you've got
centre backs, goalkeeper, and squad depth? I think are the 3 or 4. Well, the 3 facets that go into Chelsea having a much worse defensive record, and coaching.
No, that's fine. You've got
all
the better players.
So many factors.
No, you've got all the better players.
Oh my God!
You're going to hammer us. So you're going to hammer us.
Liverpool 11th right now. If we did a combined 11 with multiple teams, there are lots of Liverpool players that would get into said team, but they're 11th.
Not based on this season. We're doing this based on this season.
Based on this season.
Based on form.
We're second with an inferior squad. Like the other options that I'm not picking. I'm not sitting there fighting for Toast and Chalobah. I'm not. I don't need to. Or the keeper, or whatever.
I've got a personal agenda against Mark Cucurella.
No, I get it. But he's better.
I am going to put that aside and say that, especially last 18 months, last season I thought he was the best left back in the league. This season, again, I think they've been very tight. I think Calafiori has probably been a little bit better than him this season.
He's been the best left back in the league.
I do think Calafiori is brilliant, but I'm going to go Cucurella. I'm sorry, that is just my natural inkling as to who I prefer.
Whose idea was it to get a fucking Spurs fan judging this?
I am being honest.
Because he hates Arsenal.
Yeah, but who likes Cucurella outside of us?
Okay, fine. No, fine.
So it's currently 3-2 to Arsenal. So I don't really know what you're complaining about, to be honest. So that's the back 5
defence is so much. We've just done the defence, and our defence is so much better than theirs.
Deliba and Mosquera. And
that's why you have 3 out of 4. You have 3 out of 5.
Right. Anyway, children, we're going on to the DM.
And also, just to say that the gap between those fullbacks is so much smaller than the gap between those centre backs.
Yeah,
that's the point.
Okay. That is also a fair point.
You've got all the better players. That's fine.
So going on to the defensive midfielder, you've got Martin Zubimendi versus Moises Caicedo. We're not going to do the Rice versus Caicedo because they do play different positions.
What's the debate?
So, what are we doing?
I feel bad because I really like Zubimendi. I actually think he's probably been the signing of the season with Xhaka.
Yeah,
that's fair to say.
This one is not. This one is not for me. It's close.
It is Caicedo, but I'd be more arguing: can you play both of them instead of the other options? Based on this season, I'd be kind of. I like Zubimendi a lot.
So I think Zubimendi's been a revelation. I think to arrive
a revelation, mate. What are we doing?
It has been because I think
to arrive in the Premier League,
he's made them a lot better. He's not been a revelation.
No. In the terms of that, he's arrived in the Premier League as a player that actually, because a lot of people had seen him like for Sociedad against United and gone, oh my, he got outplayed by Casemiro.
Most people appreciate he was a good player.
When he came on.
Not enough people remember it, but anyway.
That's more just taking the piss out of Arsenal fans.
Either way, he's
as you can see,
he's arrived. He's been excellent.
Yeah,
but I think Caicedo. Mainly for me in terms of the ability to cover ground. I think you're slightly less vulnerable.
Yeah,
and the goals.
Well, Zubimendi scored a couple of decent goals this season.
They're different.
Volley, a little edge of the box volley.
They're also different players. Like Zubimendi is more of a tempo setter. Probably
he feels like a
better passer of the ball, but Caicedo is underrated in that aspect. But it is Moises Caicedo for me.
So it's 3-3.
So it's 3-3.
Wow.
But we are now moving on to number 8, which for me is just not a discussion. But would you like to put anybody forward to play against Declan Rice?
I kind of want to put Enzo up against someone else.
You can put Enzo in the 10, that's fine, because he played in the 10 in the game, won't he? So you can do that.
Rice is there.
Yeah, I'd put Rice there.
Caicedo and Rice would
just say Santos
would be the best.
Broken pick.
Yeah,
it'll probably be Santos, won't it? So we'll go for him, and we'll go Declan
or even Lavia if you want to chat Lavia. I mean, does Lavia exist? I don't know.
As much as they, I mean, it's just become a really painful, toxic debate.
It's so painful because you're like, they actually don't play the same
They
position
would be unbelievable together as a midfield pairing, and they're both incredible players in their own right, and actually very different. So Rice and Caicedo, so 4-3 to Arsenal, and we're now moving on to the number 10 position. Eberechi versus Enzo Fernandez. I'm guessing you're putting forward.
Yeah.
Make your cases.
I'd go Enzo Fernandez. I think consistent output he shows, the amount of yards he covers, passing range. I think you can count him on a more weekly basis.
He's been very good recently. Yeah.
Like Fernandez, I know he's just bagged a hat trick, so obviously flying for the roof. But I think before that, there were people starting to be like, he needs to start pulling something now.
No, I agree. I do agree.
I think he plays. He does play
really.
He does play in spurts. I like Eze a lot, obviously, but I think Enzo Fernandez on a more consistent basis does deliver.
I think as if you're talking about this 11 as well, if you're talking about having a 10 with Rice and Caicedo behind,
because Palmer would be walking into this.
Yeah,
maybe
for sure.
walking it.
Yeah, he would.
Hobbling with a fractured toe apparently, but
he might hobble with a fractured toe already here.
But no, I think if you're talking a 10 that is going to produce, I think you've got to look at Eze and go.
I'm not going to fight against that because Enzo does play 8 for us more than anything else.
I do think that Enzo has also had some poor games to you this season where I've looked at him and thought, I do want more. And I'm still confused with Enzo. I do like him. I think that he's turned himself into a sort of different player than we thought he would be.
Lampardy, mate.
When he walked through the door.
He's on it.
Yeah, and that has been great. But I think as a 10, I mean, last season as well, if you want to take that into account, which I have done with a few positions, what he did for Crystal Palace, we were all raving about him last season, and he's been growing in an Arsenal shirt. So I think, and obviously he had the moment last weekend. So I'm going to go with Ibereze in the 10. So 5-3. Are you feeling a bit better?
Yeah, I've calmed down a little bit.
So now heading into the right wing, Esteval.
It's Steve
versus Bukayo Saka.
It's Esteval.
Okay.
Let's not look foolish in the future and compare Saka and Esteval. Let's not. You know,
no, you keep talking. I'll give you a minute to talk about how Esteval's better than Saka.
Already now in terms of what he's delivering. I mean, Saka has 4 goals and 0 assists in the last year. We want to talk about numbers like 2 with Timber or whatever.
Saka's assist record is
Esteval's contributing already more. Already, and he's getting barely.
I don't think he is, but fair enough.
Well, he scored like 4 for us, and he's got an assist, so he's got more numbers.
No,
on a number basis, he's got more. And in terms of to watch, like this kid's going to be a joke. And the idea of comparing him to a really good player like Saka to a generational one in Esteval just feels wrong to me.
Couple of years, really, really good conversation.
I don't think it's that long, man. I don't Don't get me wrong. I am jumping the gun in saying this completely.
Yeah.
Like, if
you want to look good in the clip in the future, that's funny. What you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I am doing it for that, but equally, I do think.
And you know Saka's in the team, so.
Yeah, I know you're going to go Saka. I'm just putting forward that I just did this bloke's like. I don't know. We shouldn't be holding him back.
I so agree. Joe, the thing when I realised was like Esteval is not just serious on a pitch but off it as well. Was when he took the pen for Brazil. I was like, Vinny on the pitch, all the big characters for Brazil. I know they're not the team they used to be, but
I think he's
stepping off and taking a penalty.
Vinicius.
And like an important goal in the game. I know it was a friendly, but like an important goal to put them. Was it 1-0? It was 1-0. It was an equaliser, wasn't it? So, yeah, I mean, fair play. He's a wonder kid, but
yeah. Now, for listeners that aren't familiar with Tobes, you might have thought, how's Rory not bitten at that point? How's he kept so calm?
I just concede this.
How kept so calm? Did you earlier, by the way?
but in that moment, I kept calm because I am attuned. Tobes' ability to rage bait, to switch on rage bait.
Facts here.
It is something you have to adapt to, and you have to get used to it. And when he does it, just think of Miles Lewis-Skelly doing the Haaland celebration. Just sit back, just let him talk, and you know there will be a clip out of it at the end. So, yeah, no, you had your spiel about Esteval. He won't start the game, and Bukayo Saka will. So
yeah, it is Saka, obviously. Left wingers, we putting forward Leandro Trossard, I'm guessing.
I'm putting Leandro Trossard forward.
Oh, Trossard versus Neto, 2 very different players. One who I think is very polished in the final third, one who I don't think is, but potentially offers more outside of that. Make cases, ladies.
So, Leandro Trossard in 2025, if we're talking about form, I believe there are only 3 Premier League players that have got more goal contributions than him. The game against Spurs made it 10 goals, 10 assists in the Premier League this season. I genuinely think
he's got 20 goals and assists.
Since in 2025. I was talking about since 2025. Yeah, no, that would be mental. Yeah. I just think his output is there, and people look at aesthetically, he's not the quickest, but if you're talking about clutch moments,
I think there's an overlap as players in terms of they haven't like you said, a lot of it is aesthetic. So a lot of fans are a bit torn on them, like even within fan bases, I think. But I think Neto gets a little bit less numbers. He's had like 14 or 15 this calendar year because he's really kicked on from Wolves, got rid of his injuries, etc. I think off the ball he gives us a lot, and I like that he can play either side. I like Neto a lot, but I do like Trossard, so I'm kind of like I'm fairly on the fence with it. I'd say Neto, but it's one of those ones that like I can understand anyone going either way with them.
You know, I'm a big fan.
They pop up with some big moments for both, big goals.
I've always been a big fan of Pedro Neto in a way
they
that
both last. No, was it Martinelli last year? Trossard scored the year before against us, but Neto scored for us.
Yeah,
like,
I've always been a big fan of Neto since his Wolves days. Wanted him at Spurs. I think he gets unfair stick at times for Chelsea, and I think his floor is just working incredibly hard.
Yeah. Well, that's what determined why Madueke went, because Estevao was coming in. It was like Neto or Madueke, and it was like a bad game for Pedro Neto. It still works so hard for us.
But yeah, I do just think Trossard, what he's produced recently, especially. I mean, he did get lucky with his goal the weekend. Took a massive deflection of Mickey van der Ven.
Got an assist in that game as well.
The goal against Sunderland. I do think Trossard has been really quite impressive recently. That's so tight. I'm going to go Trossard.
Thank you very much.
Based off, I mean, recent form, Neto's been very good as well. I do like Neto, but
I'll good starts this season.
Stick to my guns. I'll go Trossard. I do think he's just slightly more reliable almost in that final third for output-wise, but that's very close, very close. And then to round off the team, was it
your striker?
7-3?
7-3 right now. Striker.
So those tears earlier were very unwarranted, but striker.
I still stand by both of them. I think
striker is João Pedro versus
Big Victor Gyökeres. I think Gyökeres wins it.
About a mile, isn't it?
I think Gyökeres wins it. I think Gyökeres has got more goals this season at this point.
No, he doesn't.
How many João Pedro got?
Well, he's had
discounting the friendly tournament. No, discounting the friendly.
We're not doing that.
4 in the Premier League or five overall, I think, in all comps. Gyökeres got about the same, 5 or 6. I'm guessing. But João Pedro's had a couple of assists chucked in as well. He's a better player than the eye.
Spurs made it 6, didn't they?
His link-up's better. Everything about him he's just a better footballer.
Yeah, I prefer.
If it was
I think João Pedro is a false 9. I think when João Pedro has played as a striker, he's not looked good.
Yeah.
Can you honestly say that when Delap has been out and João Pedro has had to do the job up top, he's not looked very good?
He has had games.
He went on a huge run of not.
Wait.
4 goals each in the Premier League.
4 goals each in the Premier League. Gyökeres got 2 goals against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League.
3 assists for João Pedro as well.
Let's look at that.
Better not as the striker, João Pedro.
Has João Pedro played well in every single game up top? No. Has Gyökeres?
The majority.
That guy looks like a WWE wrestler in most games.
There have been some games where he is not
terrible.
But even then, I think he's occupying centre backs in a way that João Pedro doesn't.
When they're already 2-0 up or burn, come on now.
Right, he scored 2 against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League.
When I've watched João Pedro this season, I've seen him get pelters after the game from people who just look at ratings.
Yeah, and his link-up's still been good. Agreed.
His follow-up play and his link-up play is really good.
There was a ball he played over the top for Santos. It was brilliant in that game, and I saw the same.
He's strong. He's combative. I do like João Pedro.
Is he flawless? No. He could shoot more.
I just think the way that Gyökeres stretches defences by occupying both centre backs, I just don't think João Pedro does that to the same extent.
They're different kind of strike, but I also think that the way they drop deep, I think Gyökeres loses the ball a lot when he drops deeper, holding the ball up.
I don't think it's amazing
do that as much because you're more of a front-footed. I mean, you have a lot of possession.
Like I said, I think when Havertz is on it, there's more of a conversation there.
I'm not going to fight insanely for this, but I do genuinely think Gyökeres has done better than João Pedro so far this season.
I don't think he's done better than him.
Yeah, again, I think it's neck and neck. They both had good games. They both had poorer games. They've both not been great in front of goal, I think, a lot of games. I mean, but they both scored 4 goals in the Prem. You'd probably expected their numbers to be higher, given the someone. I do think
with a pen.
I do like João Pedro in the 10, almost behind. Or
he's better there
in behind, which I think will be an interesting conversation when the lap's fully fit.
They kind of interchange the whole time.
But I would go with João Pedro. I do prefer him as a footballer. I do think he's got a higher ceiling.
Yeah,
I do think on balance he has probably been a little bit better so far at the start of the season. And there have been games where I think he's got pelters for that I've watched and thought he's actually tried and he's done well. That sounds pathetic, but he's actually
a gold star.
He's actually done well in a link-up play, etc.
I think there's an element of just aesthetic bias that goes against Gyökeres.
Yeah, probably, but football's a game that you watch with your eyes, so I think aesthetics come into it too. So 7-4, the combined 11 to Arsenal. I think given 6-point gap, I think that's sounds pretty fair.
Justice for Jurrien Timber, I can't believe that.
No, the only thing that for me is that Palmer walks in, so it'll be 5-6, which is tighter than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Manager, we did manager.
Let's make it like
Captain, really, isn't it? Come on.
I like the beating PSG, man.
Oh, it's friendly. It was we won the Community Shield.
What was so friendly about Luis Enrique having to poke our players and get red cards? What was friendly about that when they're tugging on Cucurella's hair, losing their minds because it was the only final they couldn't win?
I'm not engaging in Club World Cup chat.
This is the rage. This is the rage bet I was telling you about.
It's Arteta.
Arteta has been the longer their manager.
The longer their manager.
Yeah, he's been longer.
Arsenal are a better side than Chelsea.
Arsenal are a better side than Chelsea.
I think quite significantly at the moment.
So to go and beat a team that they couldn't with less resources might indicate someone's a bit better than bad manager.
Champions League, Club World Cup. Again, we're not doing that. So we're going Mikel Arteta. Okay. So 8-4 overall to sign off the game. Can we get some score predictions, please?
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal.
4-0 Chelsea?
No, I think Desmond.
2-2.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've seen
all
that
chat and you've gone for a draw.
Yeah.